God. Welcome back to another video. You know, in my last live, as you saw, I was actually, doing a live reaction to the England San Marino game, which was on a Thursday. Actually, today's live stream is something quite different. There's actually World Cup qualifiers kicking off in about 15-20 minutes time, and I'm just going to be on here reacting to the scores. I'm not actually watching a game today because there's no actual game that's live on normal television, which I only have for the time being. So yeah, there are the four World Cup qualifiers on today, which I will be reacting to the scores of that, and the two actual Euro 21, Euro that is happening today as well, and there is actually a current later score in the English Vanrama National League, which is Maidenhead 0, Altrincham 0. But let's run through the four World Cup games. There was Czech Republic taking on Belgium. Czech Republic coming into this game off the back of their 6-2 away win against Estonia in midweek. They went 1-0 down actually after 12 minutes, and then they scored 4 goals in the first half. But more importantly, there was a hat-trick for West Ham man Thomas Souček, who scored a hat-trick 1-0 down to Wales through Wilson, but then De Bruyne, Hazard, and then a Lukaku penalty won it for Belgium. So Belgium are taking on the Czech Republic. The team for the Czech Oriel, then it's Huelj in the defender, but he's playing in the defensive mid role. Provod, Souček, Barak, and Jankto, and Kemer, Zenia, and Vertonghen, Cascane, De Bruyne, Dendon the Wolves man, and Yuri Tielemans, or Dries Mertens, Nacer Chadli, and Lukaku, Benteke, Jeremy Doku of Brighton, and obviously the manager is Roberto Matej Vidra, Premier League man with Burnley. Thomas Peckhardt, who now plays for Legia, he scored 4 goals. Hampton in 2008. And then there's to Brescia. The next game is actually Republic of Ireland against Luxembourg. Republic of Ireland lost their opening game to Serbia 3-2. They took the lead actually through Preston North End's Alan Brown. Serbia scored 3 times, especially 2 from the substitute Alexandra Mitrovic. And then Luxembourg didn't play in the last game. Instead, they played a friendly match against the hosts, Qatar, and Qatar won that 1-0. So if Qatar can be Luxembourg, surely Ireland can. Well, anyway, Rochdale goalkeeper. They've got a Rochdale goalkeeper as their number 1. So they literally dropped Travesty. I get the joke this time, Travers dropped to the bench. Then obviously Seamus Coleman, John O'Shea, no, I'm joking, it's Dara O'Shea of West Brom, and Kieran Clark of Newcastle. That's like a Premier League back 3. Then there's Matt Doherty, Josh Cullen of Anderlecht, Jason Knight, Derby County man, and Steve Robinson. And obviously, I won't even try and say any other ones from Luxembourg. Maurice Jan Chanot, Mamuta, Friedel Martins. It's a big name on the bench. Cyrus Christie, Jeff Hendrick, Shane Long, James McLean forward, which on loan from Tottenham. That is what I did think. Serbia against Portugal. Obviously, as we know, Serbia beat Ireland 3-2, but Portugal struggled as they had 29 attempts against Azerbaijan. They beat Azerbaijan only 1-0, and they played at the Allianz Stadium. But anyway, the Serbia team they've gone with Mitrovic up top this time. They've started him rather than him coming off the bench. They've gone with Dritmic in goal, Milenkovic, another Milinkovic, Savic, world-class player him, Luigi and Kostic, Tadic, players in goal, Cancelo, Diaz, Fonte and Suarez, Cedric Suarez, that is not a Louis, Bruno Fernandes, Sergio Oliveira and Danilo. Diego Jota starts this one, which is decent. Jota, Bernardo Silva and Cristiano Ronaldo for them, and obviously a few big mentioned names, to Sanchez, Andre Silva, and then the last one is not really a game where anyone should really give two hoots about, but it's Slovakia, who drew 0-0 to Cyprus, against Malta, who lost 3-1 to Russia. Malta are at 12-1 to win the game, to be fair. The most popular Slovakian who does not actually start for Slovakia anymore is Martin Skrtel. He's not actually in the teams, but yeah. So they are the 4 World Cup games that are being played tonight. There were results earlier. Montenegro beat Gibraltar 4-1, and yes, it's a shock. Gibraltar scored, but it was a penalty. Russia beat Slovenia 2-1. 2 goals from Diazbu, then obviously Josip Ilic scored as well for Slovenia. Belarus, in a great game against Estonia, 1-4-2. Estonia scored 2 goals again in a match for the second match running. Croatia, after their 1-0 defeat in midweek, which was disappointing when they lost to Slovenia, they won 1-0 through Palisic. Holland bounced back from that 4-2 thumping by Turkey to beat Latvia 2-0. Bergvis, and incredible record or run so far. Them and Montenegro are the only 2 in their group to be on maximum points. 6 wins from 2. Turkey won 3-0 against Norway, who won 3-0 and then they lost 3-0 today. But Haaland has not scored in these World Cup qualifiers yet. Yeah, he'll probably end up save it for like Holland or someone, But yeah, he has not. 2 fans scored 2 goals, and the Leicester City defender Soyuncu also scored as well. And Liverpool defender, on loan at Liverpool, Kabak came on as well. But yeah, Turkey were 5-2 to beat Norway, sorry, I should say. And there are a couple of games in the actual Euro under 21s. Germany, Holland, Spain, Italy. They are 2 like absolute teasers of games. Like there's not actually many players that I do know, except for Patrick Crouton on loan from Wolves. He starts for the Italian under 21s today. But they are the current 4 World Cup games, which will kick off in about 10 minutes time. I was live on Thursday night when England beat San Marino 5-0, and it should have been in like double figures. Sterling was selfish as anything. He missed a hatful of chances. Calvert-Lewin missed a couple of chances. Lingard missed quite a few chances. It was just, how many chances did England need? But though, Maguire didn't play, and England were rock solid at the back. Well, against San Marino, you should always be rock solid at the back. Nick Pope will actually play in England's next 2 World Cup qualifying games, which is Albania on tomorrow and then Poland on Wednesday, which is going to be good for Nick Pope. He deserves it. He's had a great season again with Burnley. He's looked solid as a rock. Solid as a rock. But there was one thing which I did actually read about earlier, and I did comment by posting on Facebook about it, is that I do feel, but this is in club football, I do feel that the Football Association, or the Van Rama National League, which does run under the Football Association, the FA as they are known, you are in the midst of a pandemic, as they say, a coronavirus pandemic, which has not allowed fans into your stadium for a year. Okay, yeah, they had that bit earlier in the season where they, I think, had like for weeks, like certain teams from certain places in England were allowed fans. Like Liverpool were the last ones to actually have fans in the stadium before they went into Tier 4 again, and the whole of England went into like another lockdown. But apart from that, you're screwing over a team in the national conference in Dover Athletic. You're fining them £40,000, right? Going to deduct them 12 points into next season. You will have expulsion all of their games for the rest of this season. Because what? Because what? They couldn't play or refused to play in two games. In between the 16th and the 27th of January. They They didn't want to play two games. So you're going to expel all of their point games for the rest of this season, barring they are successful in their appeal. Going to fine them £40,000 in a pandemic where they've probably lost, well, I can't say millions, but where they are probably fighting for survival as it is with no fans coming in. For Dover to have what, a couple of thousand fans in their stadium, it is massive to them. You're going to fine them £40,000 minus 12 points to start the national, probably what, North or South, whichever league they are in, because they didn't want to play a couple of games because of this coronavirus pandemic. Had we probably started back in January, you're going to royally screw them and 17 other teams in a fucking pandemic. It just shows how stupid this country really is. You're in a pandemic, surely you can let it slide. If this was next season where fans could come back to full capacity and maybe a few, the like minute back end of the corona, and a couple of people had caught it around, just say the Dover area, and they didn't want to play those games for like a couple of weeks until these people had like passed it through them, the corona, and then it had gone. I would understand why you maybe fine them. Don't deduct them 12 fucking points. Or don't even fine them 40 grand. In a pandemic where every club is hemorrhaging money. Because you can't fill your stadium, you don't get a revenue. You didn't really buy or sell many players in a pandemic because you couldn't go across the fucking border. You're losing money. You're not really making fucking much money, are you? So you're going to deduct. So you're going to fine a team 40 grand because they didn't want to play a couple of games in the fucking pandemic. It's fucking stupid. It's ludicrous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I can't get my head around it. And it's a fucking National League team. Whilst Manchester City, right, last season, they were fucking getting investigated by fucking UEFA, and they get away with fucking everything. They didn't get expelled or a Champions League fucking ban. They were only forced to pay a few million, which a few million to them is like going for a piss in the fucking morning. Yet a club like Dover, inside a fucking pandemic, all they want to do is play football to try and stay in the Vanarama Conference to get a bit of a fucking payday. You're going to charge them 40 grand in the midst of a fucking pandemic because they didn't want to play in what, maybe one or two games in those 11 days in a pandemic where Dover was quite badly hit. And then apparently there's like 17 other teams who were getting like fines and that as well in a pandemic, just because the FA are losing a bit of money. So you're going to pick on the lower league teams who may, if Dover have to pay this 40 grand and then they go into fucking liquidation, or they go into, what's the fucking word? Oh fucking hell. liquidation is when you're gone, and then they go into something first. Because Berry went into that, and Bolton did, and then Bolton were bought out. No, it's not bankruptcy. There is a word in football that they use, and then obviously they usually get fined or they get points deduction for going. It's not into liquidation, really. I have actually forgotten the fucking word. But yeah, if they go into that because they have to pay this fucking loot 40 grand fine, then what, like, the FA aren't gonna fucking help them. The FA haven't helped a fucking single team. They gave like a little care package of what, like about 30, 40 million for each club. That ain't gonna do shit for the Premier League or Championship. It should be they should be paying like 50, 60 million per club. Not fucking to split it around between what, 44 fucking teams. It's just ludicrous. It's just ridiculous, man. Or between 72 without the Premier League, It's just ridiculous. And Dover are getting caught up in the FA's ludicrousy, their selfishness, pettiness, really. Administration, that's it. Because if they have to go into administration because they have to pay out a 40 grand fine because no fans can enter their arenas because, Corona, and you're only going to allow some fans back in May. Carabao Cup final between Manchester City and Tottenham at Wembley will allow fans in the Euros. So you're going to allow them to travel to the Euros, and then when they come back, you'll probably say, no, they've been hit by pandemic again. We have to do another maybe half season behind closed doors when more teams are going to lose more money. But fuck it. Let's all find these clubs an extra 40 fucking grand. Let them go into administration. Then it gives teams from like the Conference South or even the Ryman League a chance to come up a couple of the leagues, and then we'll royally fuck them up. We will lube them up with butter and we'll fuck them right up the arse. It's just fucking Belgium and Slovakia, Malta, Ireland, and Luxembourg. That's my mini rant, just to say, about what I feel about what the FA have done with Dover Athletic, which is just absolute ludicrousy. It's just downright disgusting. That's how they are going to treat teams. Then I might actually think about them wanting to make this other league away from the FA might actually sound like a good idea. Bar Swansea, Wrexham, and fucking Cardiff. Spain league should just be for Spanish, Portugal, etc., etc., etc. The list can go on. But then, if this is how the Football Association are going to treat their teams in the midst of a fucking pandemic, then yeah, you may as well just move away. It's just absolute ludicrousy. It's just downright disgusting. It's downheartening. Talking of the national, they would go up to 11th. Scottish Championship, Dundee United against Dunfermline. Dunfermline would go up to 2nd, 13 points behind Heart because they're 2-0 up after 20-0. And apart from that, there's just games in Argentina and Brazil and Chile and Colombia and the French National League. But apart from that, they are the other games that are on. There are the Euro under 21 games, which kick off at 8 o'clock, which I said, which was Germany, Holland, Spain, Italy. They do actually sound like they seem like games which are actually quite underway for about 2 minutes now. They are 0-0. Holland, Luxembourg. Luxembourg actually had a shot inside 200 minutes, but Kevin Fazunu, the Rochdale number 1, makes the save for Ireland. And Alan Brown has given away a free kick, by the way, as well for Ireland, which he doesn't seem too impressed about. Czech Republic, Belgium should be a cracking game. Maybe another Souček hat-trick against, and as I was saying in the Liga 2, Cartagena, who were actually 21st in the league. They are beating 10th place Malaga 1-0 in that one, to be fair. But yeah, the other World Cup qualifiers are 0-0. So yeah, England, Albania tomorrow. Again, if I was England manager, which one day I probably will be, not just on FM, but I wouldn't start Harry Kane in this game. We're playing Albania. We don't need Harry Kane. I'd keep it with maybe Calvert-Lewin or Ollie Watkins. It's just one of those things. I definitely would not have nothing else to say. I've been live for nearly 25 minutes with that one. I'll probably talk more about it anyway. But if you haven't, please give this live stream a like, a thumbs up, or a like. If you haven't already, you can subscribe. They're now 2-1 down to Dunfermline at home. So yeah, if you haven't already, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Would always be much appreciated. I will be live more often, hopefully in the coming weeks. Whilst I'm still off injured with a inflamed knee, so yeah, I will aim to be like more. You can also, if you want to, there's no pressure on it. I'm not going to try and force you. It's if you want to. You can also actually donate to the channel by clicking on the link in the description down below if you want to. Although obviously proceeds, as I say, or all the donations go straight back into the channel anyway. For I'll probably get either better camera, better maybe software to stream on, microphones, more stuff for me to like edit my videos with, maybe like maybe some more cameras for like if I'm out and about and I want to do some content when I'm out as well. So if you ever did donate, all would go straight back into the channel anyway. So you have to, because people would say, "Fuck off! No way, you don't have to." Would be appreciated, but yeah. Anyway, all these games are 0-0. It does seem a bit boring that it's only 4 games, but I mean, this was the only time I could actually get on to doing a live today. I would have loved to. I wanted to for the 3 o'clock League One and League Two games, but I couldn't really because I've got kids and a family, and I'm very, very busy with them as well. So when I can get the time, when I make a schedule for next week, from Monday to Sunday, when I want to live stream, next Saturday is a definite, have to be a hopeful live stream that I can do for the Liverpool Arsenal game on Sunday night is what I hope to be able to do, because obviously the sports channels and every channel, just trying to do my bit, and obviously not working, it's going to be quite tough financially, but I'll try. YouTube hasn't taken off as of yet, so yeah, also, if you also donating could actually get me software like that, for like the TV and that. So I do have like all the Sky and like BT channels, so then I can then like properly like a live stream for you. So then I've actually got like all these games that I can actually like live stream and everything. If I have those games, and what a game in Scotland, by the way. Dundee 2, Dunfermline 2 goals in 4 minutes, which would put Dundee back into 3rd, below Raith Rovers, and Dundee would move back into 4th with that point. So far. So if there is anyone watching, good evening. Okay, no, that Dundee equaliser has actually been ruled out. But yeah, so hello, if anyone is watching, sorry that this is not as fun as it was on Thursday. But I'll try and stream England tomorrow if I can. If not, then definitely Wednesday night when they play Poland. But yeah, man. But yeah. So and I want to also apologise of sorts for that rant that I mentioned just before about the ludicrousy of the Football Association. Literally royally screwing over Dover Athletic. You know, they're going to deduct them 12 points into next season and fine them 40 grand in the midst of a pandemic when they're not making a fucking penny. Well done, the FA. You're keeping your clubs and everyone's sweet. Fucking idiots. But yeah, but that's what they do, isn't it? So yeah, Ireland 0-0, but Luxembourg are actually outplaying them so far. But Doherty has gone down injured, by the way. But it looks like he can run it off. Serbia Portugal is 0-0. Czech Republic Belgium 0-0 as well. Belgium have had all the chances. Dries Mertens was through on goal, but Thomas Vaclek makes a great save. Belgium at a corner. Slovakia 0, Malta 0. Slovakia all over Malta, of course. And Slovakia missed a great opportunity. Michael Juris unmarked in the box, and he somehow puts his header over the bar. I actually put Malta to score last week against Russia at home. I wouldn't put them to score now against Slovakia. There has been the first goal of the game in the Serbia game. Serbia 0, Portugal 1, and this was a criticism last week when they struggled against Azerbaijan, that they didn't bring on Diego Jota, and they've played him, and he has scored within 11 minutes here. Serbia 0, Portugal 1. Liverpool's Diego Jota scores for Portugal. They are 1-0 up. So that would put Portugal above Serbia into first place. The only team not to concede, well, actually Luxembourg as well, because they haven't played a game until now. They are 0-0 with Ireland. But yeah, the first goal of the 7:45 goes to Diego Jota, and Portugal 1-0 over Serbia. It used to be Serbia and Montenegro, but now it's just Serbia. Montenegro have gone on their own, and they are they beat Gibraltar earlier. But yeah, some teams have got 5 teams in their group, like the Portugal group with Ireland, Serbia, Luxembourg, and Azerbaijan. Group B also has 5: Sweden, Spain, Greece, Kosovo, and Georgia. Italy's group has 5, and I think it's from in Group D, the French group has 5: Bosnia and Herzegovina, Finland, Ukraine, France, and Kazakhstan. And then Group E, which is live right now, which is Czech Republic, Belgium, Belarus, Wales, and French match actually in about 2 minutes. Mexico. Then Group F is 6, so all these teams are going to be playing on a regular basis: Denmark, Austria, Scotland, Faroe Islands, Moldova, and Israel. Group G, Turkey, who are top of their group, along with Montenegro, Holland, Norway, Latvia, and Gibraltar, who are bottom of theirs. Group H as well: Russia, Slovenia, Croatia, Slovakia, Cyprus, and Malta. Group I, England, Albania, Poland, Hungary, Andorra, and San Marino. And Group J, Germany, Romania, Armenia, North Macedonia, Liechtenstein, and Iceland, who I think Iceland should actually finish second in that group, to be fair. So top 2 in every group, if I had to pick, in every single group. Group A, Portugal and Serbia should. That's no disrespect against our second, but I mean, based on strongest teams, it should be Portugal and Serbia qualifying from that one. Group B, Sweden and Spain, maybe Kosovo. Kosovo aren't pushovers. Group C, yeah, the top two is Switzerland and Italy. Group D, it's actually a toss-up between the four teams. France, Ukraine, Finland, and Bosnia. Well, France for sure. Maybe Bosnia and Herzegovina. Group E, Czech Republic and Belgium. I don't think Wales will. Estonia definitely won't. Belarus, nah. Group S, maybe in that group they should. So it could actually be Denmark and Scotland. Group G, Turkey and actually Holland might not qualify without Van Dijk, but I'll go for Turkey and Norway because Haaland starts scoring. He should, if Turkey don't, I'd be surprised after their perfect start. I'm going to say that Holland don't qualify for the World Cup. They probably will with maybe Turkey, so then Norway won't make it. Group H, Russia and Croatia. Group I, England and should be England and Poland for sure. And Group J, Germany and Iceland it should be. So yeah, and there's actually been another goal in the Slovakia game. Slovakia 0, Malta 1. Malta are beating Slovakia. And it's actually a guy from Newport County in football in the Sky Bet League 2, Luke Gambin, on against Russia. So just like with Diego Jota for Portugal, he didn't come on. He scored. Now Luke Gambin has scored here for Malta against the run of play. It's an absolute shock that he scored. Malta could actually qualify now from the group. Well, no, I'm joking. They won't. But that will only put them up 2 places from bottom into 4th at the minute. Slovakia 0, Malta 1. Still Ireland 0, Luxembourg 0 as well. But I mean, Luxembourg has been still with Belgium. Like on the live stream, Czech Republic have actually just hit the post. Michael Kremenich, he ran towards the goal to give his teammates some support, and he's unleashed an absolute thunderbolt, and it smashed off the post. Courtois was absolutely beaten, but it's still Czech Republic 0. All right, boy. But it's still Republic 0, Belgium 0. Malta are actually beating Slovakia by a goal to 0. A guy from League 2 with Newport County, Luke Gambin. Serbia didn't bring on Diego Jota. They start Jota today, and Jota scores. Like I say, don't count out the Liverpool men. Despite their recent poor form, Jota scores within 11 minutes for Portugal. They're 1-0 up away at Serbia. So they are the scores at it. But then the Euro under-21s, there are two absolute killer games there. Germany against Holland and Spain against Italy. There's actually a game in the National League where Altrincham are beating Maidenhead. But yeah, talking of the National League, I would like to apologise for my. Oh yeah, no, Ireland do need a win for sure. This is getting ridiculous, to be fair. Slovakia drew 0-0 to Cyprus. They are now losing 2-0 to Malta. Slovakia 0, Malta 2. This is Malta, who lost to Russia in midweek. They are 2-0 up away at Slovakia. This is absolutely incredible. Alexander Saratiano with the goal. He plays for Salima. Who the fuck are they? Oh, a Maltese Premier League team. That's fine. But yeah, Slovakia 0, Malta 2. Malta. Oh yes, birthday lad. Sorry, I've been so fucking busy today. Sorry that I haven't wished it to you. I will now live. Happy birthday, man. But yeah, just to say, Luxembourg are actually outplaying Ireland at the minute. But then Ireland have actually gone close. James Collins, not the ginger one who used to play for West Ham, the Luton Town striker, he drilled a low shot, which reacts nicely and pulls off a wonderful save to deny the Republic of Ireland striker. So yeah, earlier though, earlier there were some big games in the World Cup. Montenegro beat Gibraltar by 4-1. You know, it was not really a contest, was it? You're playing Gibraltar. But for Gibraltar to score, it's something. It's like if San Marino score. It's like Russia beat Slovenia by 2-1. Jayazu with the 2 goals. The Serbia, the Zenit St. Petersburg man, and the Atalanta striker Ilic scored for Slovenia. Belarus beat Estonia 4-2. So Estonia have scored twice now in 2 successive games. But yeah, Belarus scored 4 in that one. Croatia just about beat Cyprus. They had 18 attempts. Cyprus had 2. Both shot on target as well. But Palisic with the goal. But Croatia had a strong team out. Modric, Broznovic, Lovren, Kalatakar, Perisic. You know, Holland bounced back from that 4-2 hammering by Turkey to win 2-0. Berghuis and Luke de Jong as they beat Latvia. Haaland still can't score for Norway as they won 3-0 in midweek. They've just lost 3-0 again to Turkey this time. Turkey on a great run of form. They beat Holland 4-2 in midweek. They won 3-0 away here at Norway as well. And obviously, Liverpool's on loan defender Kabak came on. He didn't start this game, and they keep a bloody clean sheet. It says it all, doesn't it, really? You know, but Norway don't actually have a bad team. But I mean, their big stars just can't seem to score them the goals. Like, you know, okay, yeah, Sorloth scored last week, but I mean, they've got Udegaard. Then they've got this Mohamed El-Yunusi. He's quite poor, him. Joking, he's on loan from Southampton, you know. And they've got Ajia, you know, Celtic man as well. They've got Haaland, tipped one of the best strikers in the world, and he can't score. Yilmaz, who scored a hat-trick against Holland, you know, for Turkey. There was Soyuncu, Kalahulu, who plays for AC Milan, you know. But yeah, but those were the results from earlier, and the results is about my rant earlier in the live stream regards with the FA. You know, it, you know, as if like I can see why all for that. I think each league should stay with the teams from the country. Like an English league should be only English teams. Obviously, Cardiff, Swansea, and Wrexham will get the exception. Fucking Italy. But then the FA want to screw over a Vanarama national team like Dover. Find them, right? Because Dover didn't want to play games in between the 16th and the 27th of January in the midst of a fucking pandemic. Right? They are in the midst of a pandemic and they stopped playing after 15 games. You know, they were struggling. They were going to get relegated, lose more money anyway. No fans, so they couldn't make like their maybe 20, probably 20, 30,000 pounds in ticket money. You know, so then the FA want to proceed and fine them 40 grand. Annul all their fixtures, so now up them 12 points for next season. That is just fucking ludicrous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Like I don't blame them for not wanting to play, especially if Dover was like one of the like severely hit places in England with this corona. They don't want to play, but yet the FA are going to find them 40 fucking grand and deduct them fucking minus 12 points. It's just stupid. It is absolutely ridiculous, really. So yeah, in La Liga 2, Malaga are still 1-0 down to Cartagena. Zaragoza 0-0 to Logroñés. And in a friendly match, Wales are actually 0-0 to Mexico. Wales actually playing, well, okay, yeah, not really a strongish team in that friendly match, because they've got a World Cup qualifier to come on Wednesday. Yes, against the Czech Republic, and then they play in the Euros against Sweden, Turkey, and Italy in the actual Euros, and then they've got other World Cup qualifier games against Belarus, Estonia, Czech Republic again, Estonia, Belarus, and Belgium, and all that on the bench today as well. In that friendly match against Mexico, Malta still 2-up over Slovakia, back into the game though. Serbia still a goal down, but Ireland have actually had the best chance of the whole game. And Timothy Kashkin, the left for Belgium. Well, Czech Republic went closer by hitting the post, but then Leander Dendon-Docker actually has just gone close as well for Belgium, but that was still goalless. And in the under-21s game, it's still Germany 0, Holland 0, who have got Justin Kluivert, the son of Pat. Well, Germany have got Lucas Nemanja on loan from Manchester City, playing up top as well. And Spain are playing the Italian under-21, who have got Crouton on loan from one of the players that I know from the under-21s for Spain, and them respectively, who is on loan at AC Milan, Diaz, but he is on the bench. But those are those games. I want to try and be live for the England game in midweek. I probably won't be tomorrow live for the England-Albania game. Or I'll try. But I mean, I don't see it happening. And then obviously I want to be live for some Premier League games at the weekend. I'll try on that one as well. And I'll try on them ones as well. But look, man, I can't obviously guarantee anything as of yet. But yeah, those scores are still all the same. 0-0, 0-0, 1-0, 2-0. The under-21s are still 0-0 there as well. The Scottish Championship 2-1 at half-time to Dunfermline. Still the same in La Liga 2. Cartagena 1, Malaga 0. Logroñés 0, Zaragoza 0. And in the friendly match, Wales have actually scored against Mexico. More has scored. It's only a friendly match, but still for Wales to try and get some momentum going into their qualifier on Tuesday against the Czech Republic. Now that would be vital if they could beat a team like Mexico. That is something. Still 0-0 Czech Republic, Belgium. Belgium are getting closer though. Ireland, Luxembourg are 0-0. Luxembourg are getting closer as well. Serbia are getting closer to a equaliser. They had a corner just in from Tadic cleared away. Slovakia 0-0 against 0-0. They are Slovakia are 2-0 down. He's crossing the box with a good shot, but it goes wide of the left post. I do see Slovakia coming back from 2-0 down to maybe. I mean, most teams who were 2-0 down, right? They wouldn't be liable to 13-5 and a draw at 3-1. I mean, 3-1 odds for a draw at 2-0 down is pretty decent. I'll take that. Ireland have had more possession, but Luxembourg have had more shots at goal as well. But still goalless. Belgium, Czech Republic 0-0 as well. Still 1-0 Portugal and still 2-0 Malta. The under-21 games are goalless as well. Still Logrones are beating Zaragoza by a goal to nil. It's just like the day of the relegation teams in La Liga 2. The teams who were in the relegation zone this season pretty much Kiefer Moore with the goal. So who do Mexico have in this friendly match? They probably don't really have many good players. Well, yeah, Lozano from Napoli is playing in a friendly match. I mean, what's the bloody point in playing a strong team in Santos? Yeah, and all that. But though, I forgot Chris Coleman is not in charge of Wales anymore. It is just one of those that has to happen. In Brazilian games, Vasco da Gama a 2-2 team. Just in case I've got any Brazilian viewers, I'll just probably mention a couple of Brazil results. Brazilian results or latest scores. 1 Everton 1 O'Higgins 1 as well. Yeah, when it's just hardly any games are on, when you're desperately talking about the Chilean division, and in the just to go even more obscure, in the Panama League, Alianza are losing 1-0 to Independiente as well. Just to say, in the Panama League, that is how. Or the Argentinian League, Primera. All boys 0 against Ferrero. Spain under 21s 0-0 with Italy in their second game. So their first game they beat Slovenia 3-0. And obviously Holland under 21s drew their first game with Romania 1-1, while Germany beat a team who are always very hungry 3-0. As well. So, yeah, Ireland 0-0 with Luxembourg. But though of late, it does seem to be all. They did have a corner which Alan Brown looks like it would be him to take as well. But yeah, my sources are telling me wrong here. Czech Republic, Belgium. That is seeming like a good game, even though it's still 0-0. But Slovakia are battering them in possession and goal attempts and everything. It's just looking like one of those games where maybe Malta might actually win the game. Serbia 0, Portugal 2 now. Portugal have scored again, and it's the man who they didn't want to start in midweek last week, Diego Jota, has scored again. So how can they win 1-0 against Azerbaijan and then go to Serbia and win 2-0 or be winning 2-0? It's weird, but it just shows, that Jota, Ronaldo, if Ronaldo can't score any and Jota can score 2. To Ronaldo. Obviously, it's just a joke. So yeah. But maybe your stream's maybe a bit behind of what I'm reading, because what I was reading is that it is all Ireland, and it has been for like the last 500 minutes or so. Well, kind of. Anyway, so in them, Belgium, Czech Republic 0-0. Serbia, Portugal 2-0. Slovakia, Malta 2-0 as well. I'm at 38. Yeah, same here actually. It's and